Welcome back to the Online Course Creators Summit. We're talking about a strategy today that could infinitely grow your revenue as well as help you build relationships with other people when you're launching your course. It's a myth to think that you have to do this all on your own and it's only your audience who will be exposed to your product. You can certainly go that route, but you might be much more effective and build some amazing new relationships by exposing yourself to whole new audiences using the power of affiliates and social media. So my guest expert today is Sarah Eggers, and she is going to take control and talk to you all about how these two things can really impact your launch.
Hey everyone, I am so glad that here we are going to talk about the social media and affiliate strategy that will skyrocket your sales. So a little bit about me. I'm a web designer and I'm also a marketing consultant. I love to help people build their first social media strategy. I love it when it clicks and they finally get it. I also love to design email templates and websites. When I am not working, I am cuddling with my adorable cat, Kina, or I am traveling with my husband. Most recently, we traveled to Greece and some of the islands. But you guys aren't here to learn about my travel stories. You're here to learn about how to get affiliates, how to build a social media strategy, how to blend the affiliate strategy into the social media strategy, and how to celebrate when the sales come rolling in. So the first thing is how to find cheerleaders and affiliates. So first things first, a cheerleader is someone who promotes your stuff from the sheer joy of them loving your brand, or perhaps of them just loving you. You're an amazing person. They love you, want to do stuff for you. They can be your best friend. They can be someone you know in the business community. This might also be more familiar to you, the term brand ambassador. A lot of big brands have a brand ambassador program. And what it is they have people that really love their brands. They can sign up to be an ambassador, and they're there to talk about that product and that brand. And they don't receive any money from it. They might get non-monetary value from it. But the idea is they're doing it because they love it. So those are cheerleaders. Remember, if you don't remember that term, brand ambassador is another term to look at. And before you run off and start asking all of your best friends to become brand ambassadors or cheerleaders for your launch, you need to think of two things. Number one, how do you want to communicate with them? Number two, what non-monetary value can you give in return? So for example, how do you want to communicate with them? You're going to need to be able to communicate them during your launch period. So a lot of people go ahead and create private Facebook groups for this. If you're more techie, you might have a Slack channel. If you don't want to touch any of that, you could just have a long email thread. The idea is you need to be able to communicate with all of them to say, day one, the launch is starting. Day two, this is happening. Here's some ways to promote this. Oh, do you have questions? This is how you contact me. You need to have that all in place before you run out and say, come be my cheerleader for my new launch. And the other thing is I want you to think about what non-monetary value you can give in return. So this could be cross-promotion. If these really are your best friends, the cross-promotion might be a great thing to do. You could say, hey, look, I am launching a course right now, but I know you're going to be launching a course later this year. So why don't we do sort of a cross-promotion? We'll be cheerleaders for each other's stuff. You post about it on Instagram and mention it to your email and newsletter feed. I'll do the same for your product when it launches. So some of the non-monetary value could be cross-promotions. The other thing could be bonuses. So let's say you have a membership site. You could say, hey, do you know what? As a thank you for being a cheerleader, you're going to get 3 months, 6 months, a year's access to this membership site. Or you're going to be able to swipe my files from my email welcome series. Whatever you want to give them to say thank you that doesn't involve money. And the other thing that you can do is prestige. So a lot of companies do this. Brand ambassadors, they get their photo and their name listed on a section of the website, or they'll get public shout outs on social media. So whatever path you choose to go down, make sure that you're thinking of a way to say thank you. The intention of that non-monetary value giving in return is to say thank you. If you don't have this thank you element, they probably won't come back to be your cheerleader again. And you want to have them as your cheerleader. But if you don't give them that thank you, they're not going to feel appreciated. They're going to get burned out. They won't want to come and promote the next product launch or the next version of your course. So please make sure you have that thank you idea in there for cheerleaders. Now, affiliates, now that they are different than cheerleaders, affiliates are someone who promotes your stuff and gets part of the profits. Now, to be able to find an affiliate, you can email your list, like your newsletter email list, say, hey, I'm going to be launching this product. If you're interested in being an affiliate, fill out this form. Business besties are a great, great resource again. You could ask in Facebook groups. A lot of us small business owners and entrepreneurs have a lot of Facebook groups that we're involved in. Go ahead and ask in the Facebook group, hey guys, I'm going to be launching this. Here's a little bit about it. If you're interested, sign up to be an affiliate. The other thing is people in your network who share the same target audience as you. So these might be people that you don't know very well. Like you might know their name, but you don't know too much about them, but you have shared the same target audience. So it makes sense for them to share your product. You can ask them, hey, I know that we both serve the same audience. So for example, for me, I'm a web designer. I might find a copywriter that also works with small business owners and bloggers and say, hey, we have the same audience. I think this course would be really great for the audience. Would you be interested in being an affiliate? You get, this percentage of income. Let me know if you're interested. That's what I mean by people in your network with the same target audience. Now, just to break this down, the difference between cheerleaders and affiliates. Cheerleaders love your brand or they love you. They would promote it for free. Like they're gung-ho, they love it. They're going to promote this for free. You still should have that thank you in there, but like they're doing it because they love it. They believe in your mission. They believe in your brand. Their brand changed. That brand changed their life. Like this is why they're doing it. Where affiliates actually might not know anything about your brand or your product or your course or whatever you're selling. They're in it for the monetary compensation. They say, wow, okay, so if I talk about this to my network list and 10 people sell this, I'll make this much money. This is a worthwhile investment. They're going in for it for the money. So let's dive into setting up affiliate programs. So there's some things you need to decide, just like with cheerleaders. Don't run out and say, hey, everybody, be an affiliate of my product. You need to have some stuff set up beforehand, even more so for affiliates than for cheerleaders. So first off, you have to decide what incentive do your affiliates get. Remember, cheerleaders are going to say yes because they love your product. Affiliates, you need to convince them on why they should promote your product. You need to have incentives. So for many people, the baseline incentive is a percent of the commission. Now, I've seen this range anywhere from as small as 15 all the way up to 50%. That's your choice. You're the one who gets to decide what that percentage is. You set it, and then you just let your affiliates know this is what you get. So for example, if you have a super small product, if your course was only $50, you might not want to have the percentage be 50% because that's not a lot of income for you. And if your course is thousands of dollars, 50% would be a lot for an affiliate. Perhaps you'd want to scale that down to 25. You pick whatever makes sense for you. And beyond that percentage commission, you will want to, make it more enticing for the affiliates. Perhaps they'll get an extra sales bonus. I've seen a lot of affiliate programs award the top 3 or top 5 sellers of the products or courses. So for example, it could be the top 3 sellers. If you're in first place, you'll get an extra $200. Second place, an extra $150. Third place, an extra $100. I've seen some really big, now these would be like large bundling sort of affiliate options. I have seen people, get a chance to win a MacBook Pro. So whatever you want the incentive to be, pick that out. That will really incentivize people to get the sales. Even more so than that they're getting money, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I can get something more. I could win a MacBook. I could get an extra $200. Whatever you're comfortable with. This is a really small launch. Don't feel bad that you're not offering like a computer as a sales incentive. It could be as small as $100, but consider having that incentive there. Another thing is you could have special access bonus instead of a monetary bonus. So you could say, listen, if you get this many sales, I'm going to throw in this for you. Perhaps you're going to give them free access to another one of your products, or free access to a membership site, or free access to one of your consult calls. That could be a non-monetary bonus you give them. I think that those don't work quite as well as the monetary ones, but that's up for you to decide and for you to find out, because to each their own and their audience. So once you've decided how you are incentivizing affiliates to sign up, you need to encourage and educate your affiliates. This is the place where a lot of people, it's hard to say, but fail. They just don't take the time to educate their affiliates, and they don't take the time to encourage them. Your affiliates are not your cheerleaders. They came in, they might not know much about your products. They might know nothing at all about your products. And if you know nothing about a product, it's really hard to sell it. So you need to be educating them before the launch and throughout the launch so that they can be great sellers, so that you can make more money. And I say down here, emails during the launch. I mean emails. You don't just send one email saying, hey, the sale's open today, and another email, thank you, the sale is closed. You should be emailing them every day, or at the very least every other day. And now a lot of these emails you can write in advance and just schedule out to send. So you can write emails throughout that launch period, whether it's 4 days or 2 weeks, whatever your period is. Because there's going to be some generic, hey, this is day 2, how's it going? Here's some new copy, here's some new images. Do you want to give this a try? Let me know if you have any questions, and then you peace out. And then you're going to want ones written in drafts, but you need to send them yourselves, because you might want to update saying, hey, congratulations, Laura, congratulations, Brenda, you're our top sellers. You might want to add those in there, because they'll encourage people, hey, I'm a top seller, or, oh man, I want to get that top seller bonus. I really need to up my game. So have all of those incentives in there, have those emails drafted and or scheduled out in advance. Don't bog yourself down during that launch period writing those emails. You can do that before your product launches. And in every single one of those emails, you need to include content they can copy and paste and use really quick. And I'm very serious about this. It should only take 1 to 2 minutes for an affiliate to share gorgeous images and copy onto their social media sites, because they need to be able to take your copy, and you should have, different ways of saying stuff sent out in these emails over the time. They need to copy it, throw it onto, the comment section on Instagram, use one of the images that you already created for them that's ready to share. They just change a few words, make it sound like it's coming from themselves, it's speaking from their voice, and hit post and they're done. That's it. You need to make sure that it's that easy. And with that, ready to share images. You cannot be creating images during the launch. All of the images should be ready before the launch, and your affiliates need access to the images. So if your website for your product course launch has some pretty gorgeous stock photos, you need to be able to give access to those stock photos to your affiliates. And now those stock photos can already have text overlays and everything like that, so they can share for social media. Or if you want a little hands-off, you could just share the images themselves. They can create their own. But whatever it is, you need to have all of these styled social media ready to share images set for them. Even better if you also have images ready for them to throw in their website sidebars and things like that. But at the very bare minimum, they need to be social media ready. And lastly, training or videos on how to best sell your product. These people may not have even been in your course yet. Like I said, these are affiliates, not cheerleaders. These people might just need some basic 101 help on how to be great sellers. And so you can have training text-based in your email, or you could create videos beforehand of just you talking like I am now with you, saying, hey, this is my course, this is what I'll do, this is how I'll transform someone's lives, and this is why someone would want to buy it. That way they know exactly how to pitch the course, and you're going to have more sales because you made them become an effective seller. So remember to only take 1 to 2 minutes for an affiliate to share your gorgeous images and copy into their social sites. If it takes longer than that, they're not going to do it. They're going to put it on their to-do list later. They're going to forget about your email, and you're going to miss on a whole day's worth of sales that they could have made for you. Just remember that. They're making you the sale. So always make it easy for them to share stuff. And then lastly, I also get a lot of questions about affiliate programs. There are a lot of built-in affiliate programs, especially if you are a course builder. So Teachable has its built-in affiliates. There's a bunch of other services. If you don't want to use those, or perhaps you're self-hosting a course or a product, SendOwl is a great way to do this. SendOwl has all the custom links. You just log in. Your affiliates get added to the program. They can grab all of their tracked links there, and they can also see all of their income come in. And then that's just much easier. I heard a horror story once of someone tried to keep track of anything through an Excel sheet and some Google UTM links and sending money through PayPal. That's just a huge hassle. Don't do it. It's worthwhile to use a built-in affiliate program with your course, or pay a little money to use a service like SendOwl to just make it easier for you and for your affiliates. Okay, we're going to take a quick training break, and we're going to jump into your social media strategy crash course. So there's a couple of things that I want to go over real quick with this crash course. And the number one thing is I want you to just take a moment, settle down. We're all fast talkers, myself included. We're also fast thinkers. We can get distracted. But I just want you to calm down and don't overthink it. Right now you're thinking, oh my gosh, a social media strategy. Don't overthink it. Be really calm about this. It's just you've made goals before. You can do this. You'll be able to do this. So don't overthink it. My friend Brogan from Australia, she and I both do social media consulting, and our number one issue is clients overthink it. We have clients that can build a super successful mailing campaign, like mailing out postcards or letters, and bring in a lot of revenue, and they can plan all of those elements out. But if you ask them to make a social media strategy, they just freeze. It's not that different. The marketing strategies are the same. How you execute them are a little different, but you can still build that strategy. Okay. So remember, don't overthink it. Calm down. It's going to be fine. Break it down into 1 or 2 big goals, and then break those big goals into measurable and timely mini goals. That'll help you accomplish those big goals. And remember, always measure. Always, always be checking on your progress towards those goals. Okay, let's delve in. So this is a sample social media strategy. I've used this before, and I'm giving you an example of a sponsorship. It's one of the harder things to get in your life with social media. So let's say your goal is to get a paid product sponsorship by May 31st. Beginning of the year, you're hoping, before summer hits, you would love to have a company pay you to talk about their product. Not just, send you something in the mail and so that you'll talk about it. You'll get paid to talk about it. So how you're breaking it down is you think, well, what do I need to get right on my side to get a paid product sponsorship? To get a sponsorship, you need to have the right connections. So you know who to ask, what lists to get on. And the other thing is you need to have a sizable following. They're not going to pay you to promote something to a small list. So then you're going to break that down into 2 mini goals. So for example, your first one would be use social media to build 3 relationships with influencers. So you're going to put that down into actionable steps. These are the steps that you need to measure. So for example, it would be follow 10 influencers by February 10th, interact with each influencer 3 to 4 times a week on the platform they use. So for example, you might have 3 influencers on Twitter, 4 influencers on Facebook, then the other influencers on Instagram. Use the platform that they interact with the most. After March 31st, contact the 3 that you have the best relationship with and use those relationships to ask about sponsorship opportunities or advice on how to ask for sponsorships. Okay, so you've done all of these steps. It's March 31st. 3 people you have a really great relationship with. You've been chatting them on social media platforms for the last couple of weeks. They know you. They're willing to help you out. They'll tell you, oh, this is how I got my first paid sponsorship. Or, yes, I work for this company. I'll introduce you to this person that works on sponsorships. You'll have all of that lined up. It's March 31st. The second goal, increase your following by 25%. Now, this is the goal of having a larger following, because you need to have a large following to get a sponsorship. So spend 20 minutes a day, and I do mean 20 minutes. Don't feel like, you've checked your channels and 7 minutes pass and you're done. Set a timer, 20 minutes on engaging your followers and gaining more. So that is posting on your followers stuff, researching new hashtags to look for, following new people, engaging in new Twitter chats or Instagram chats or anything else that you're on, joining new Facebook groups, whatever it is you need to increase your following. And I want you to look into marketing techniques. If it's on Instagram, you could do loop giveaways. Twitter, it could be a Twitter chat. You could host webinars, whatever it would be to increase your following. So someone would say, wow, they have a sizable following. It's worth our time to pay them to talk about our product. And then by April 15th, use the knowledge you gained from your influencers to apply for the product placements and sponsorship income. Now, that will give you, this is the big picture again, that will give you 6 weeks to talk with people that your influencers directed you to land a paid product sponsorship. We've finally come full circle. So this is a sample social media strategy for a product launch. It might look more like, I need to grow my following, or I need to increase conversion rates, because more people, more sales, higher conversion rate, more sales. And perhaps you need to get an affiliate program. So your mini goal number 1, build relationships, create an affiliate program, set a deadline, set a goal for how many affiliates you want. If you're brand new, I would aim for 5 to 10, make it no less than 3. If you want 100, that's fine, however many people you have in your network. Your mini goal number 2 could be in growing your following. Before you launch, you want to grow your following, and during your launch, you want to grow, because the more people that know about it, the more chance you'll land a sale. So remember, keep it simple, break it down. It's going to be just fine. Social media strategies aren't that scary, but always make sure that you have goals with deadlines and that you're measuring them and tracking. Are you almost there? Are you falling behind? Are we going to totally blow past this? And maybe that goal is too easy. You always need to be measuring this. So please make sure that you're measuring on your social media strategy. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox on measurements. But lastly, social media strategies. Remember, don't overthink it. It's going to be just fine. Break it down into actionable steps. Everything in social media needs to be memorable. We see thousands of pieces of media every single day. Always make it memorable. Like I said, always make it measurable. Okay, now we're going to leave our training session and jump back into the presentation. So how do you combine social media and affiliates? And just like, how awesome could that be? Let's find out. So you want to be able to fund affiliates, and you'll have to forgive me if I ever say affiliates in here. Most of the time you can, just place the word cheerleader in there. I don't want to have to constantly say affiliate/cheerleaders, but for most of the time, whatever you're creating for your affiliate program, you can generally apply to your cheerleaders. So number 1, reshare what your affiliates post. That is the easiest thing that you can do, and I see lots of people not do it. So if someone tweets about your product, retweet that tweet. I would have it in your instructions to your affiliates to tag you in any images they post. This is very useful for Facebook and Instagram. So as soon as you have a tag, this is what you do. You like that post, and you write a comment on that post. Do you know why? Because when you like and comment on it, you're increasing their reach, which increases their chance for a sale, which increases your chance for a sale. The other thing you can do is you can have your affiliates write guest posts on your blog. That way people can say, oh, look at all these other people that are talking about her product on her site, sort of almost a reference, a validation of, oh, this is worthwhile for the sale. Vice versa, you can tell your affiliates in the beginning, I would love to write a guest post about this on your blog. I know that you're busy people. You don't have to write a blog post about these sales. I'll write the blog post and you can add your own affiliate link in it, no problem. Now, when you do that, just make sure that you actually are customizing it to their blog's audience. The last thing you want are 16 blog sites with the same post on it. So it'll be extra work on your end, but it'll be worth it. Also have your affiliates engage in list building and social media building on your behalf. So what that would look like is have your affiliates encourage people to sign up to get notified when the sale opens. That way you're grabbing a bunch of email lists of people outside of your sphere of influence that are now going to be your potential customers that you can market to as well. You can also do that with social media building. You could ask them, when you talk about my product, please tag me in it or write a mention. You could write out an example of what you want them to do. It could be like, hey, go over and check out, at Hidama, that would be my Twitter handle. Go check out her HTML and CSS crash course for creative bloggers. That way people get to know who you are and they start following you on your social media list. So when you're ready to promote, they're not only getting a promotion reminder from your affiliate, they're getting one from you. And people say this a lot, and I'm sure you've heard this before, but it almost takes 7 times of someone seeing a product 7 times before they say yes, before they remember, before they're convinced. So don't feel bad if, your best friend Steven talked about your product and you're like, oh, I shouldn't talk about it, someone else. No, you need to. They need to know that lots of people are talking about this and that it's worthwhile. Another fun idea is to have your affiliates create Pinterest group boards or pin your stuff. This is something I see rarely used in affiliate programs that I'd like to see used more. If a pin goes viral, there will be so much freaking traffic from it. So definitely, you can create a group board so they can be pinning stuff in, or you can send them links to your pins about your products and say, would you please pin this to your boards? Ask that. It is so worth it. Especially if your target audience is women between the ages of, 16 and 52, yes, do that. You need to have Pinterest as a part of your social media strategy there. Okay. So the tips that you have to remember is you need to be amplifying their work, because when you increase their reach, you're increasing your sales. So always remember in your affiliate program, help them with their social media, engage yourself in their social media, help them with their reach. Like I said, if they post something, like it and comment on it or share it or retweet it. When you're amplifying their work, you're increasing your chance of sales. All right, this is a little bit of fun. I just wanted to put in here. These are some great ideas to celebrate when your sales come rolling in after you've implemented your affiliate program and have created your social media strategy. Parties, dogs and hats are always very fun. I recommend sweets or coffee and pillow fights. These are all excellent ways to celebrate when your sales have gone extremely well. Now, I want you to say, don't forget, you're going to build the program first and then make your ask. I want you to make sure that your affiliates or cheerleaders know that you're there to help them succeed in selling your product. They can always reach you. They can ask questions. They can ask for new images. Whatever they need, you're there to help them. Remember to keep your social media strategy simple. Always be measuring towards that social media strategy. Amplify your affiliates' hard work on social media and celebrate like crazy when it's done. So that is the end of this presentation. If you guys have any questions, you can always tweet them at me or send me an email.
That was awesome. You had so much good information in there and a lot of things that I think people forget. You know, a lot of people understand the benefits of using affiliates, especially when it's somebody who has an audience that's similar to yours. So they're talking directly to the people that you would like to be talking to as well. But these little steps of keeping things simple, providing all of the images well in advance so that it's not stressful and hectic and last minute, I think you lose out on a lot of the potential of your affiliates if it's not organized. So is there,
Yeah.
when you're factoring all this into your launch strategy, how far back are you kind of, providing this basic information to affiliates and, establishing that relationship?
So I have done my own personal bundle launch, and I have been involved in a lot of affiliate work in with other people's courses, and also with a service called Ultimate Bundles. Most of those people will, they ask for affiliates about a month before when the launch will go live. But by the time 2 weeks is out before, we're going to start promoting stuff, they have the training ready and the images ready and they're ready to go. Now, mind you, if this is going to be something super simple, like for example, I'm an affiliate of website themes. There isn't too much to do on website themes. It's, hello, here's a theme, view our demo. If you like it as a web designer, talk about it. They only need to have they only probably need to put a few days of work into it. They've already created those images. They're ready to go. They just need to say, this is the sales period. Here's how you log into your affiliate account. Here's some images. If you're going really big, like on a course launch, I would plan out 6 weeks in advance. So when 6 weeks happens, so 6 weeks out, you need to start building your affiliate program. What are the benefits they're going to get? Make sure that's ready and start making your asks. 4 to 2 weeks out, you need to have all of your images designed by the time the 2-week mark happens. So start making those images people can share on social media. It doesn't need to be a lot, like you don't need to have 100. It'd be nice if you had some specifically styled, the correct pixel size for the platforms. So bare minimum 4, I wouldn't have more than 10. That would just be a lot for an affiliate to go through. Especially if you're a smaller launch, but that could be social media sizes, sidebars, banners, whatever sizes you want to create. And then once you hit that 2-week mark leading up to it, send 1 to 2 emails to you could still be getting your affiliates. Like you can still say, hey, sign up, let's do this. Once you get up to that 2-week mark, I would be sending 2 to 3 emails from that 2-week mark saying, hey, the sale's coming up. Don't forget to log into your affiliate account. Don't forget to look at, to grab these images. Here's some sample copy. If you have any questions, ask me. If you're doing this yourself, like when I did my launch, that 1 week mark out, I told people, hey, are any of you planning to do webinars about this? Let me know. I would be happy to do a joint webinar with you to help share more about this course. That way I have time to put it on my calendar. And if no one thought about it, they have time to start thinking about it. The 1 week out is when you start reminding them if you want to write a blog post for them or them for you, because they need time for that. And that 1 week out mark, you need to start drafting up your emails that you want to auto send, because like I said, once launch day starts, you're going to be really busy. You don't want to be bogged down, like waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You're like, oh my gosh, I need to pound out this email to my affiliates to make sure that they have, like, there's a lot you can do in advance. Try and get it all done in that like 1 week mark time period. The images I try and do sooner because people want them. Sometimes affiliates will say, hey, here's a sneak peek at what's going to be happening in 2 weeks. If you give them images, they will promote sooner than they'll launch. And that's usually just fine. That helps get people interested. Oh, what's coming up? What are these sales? So yeah, that would be the timeline. 6 weeks. Just make sure you basically have most things ready to go 1 week out.
Okay, awesome. I like the clear-cut timelines. And just to recap, some of the things that I thought were really important to come back to were, the value of building these relationships and thinking specifically about how you can make it as easy as possible for the affiliates and also making them as successful as possible. And by providing all of these materials, you're doing a lot of the work. You're going to need to create those materials anyways. Don't let it be something that's last minute that's stressing you out and also stressing
Yes.
your affiliates out. And I loved also the different programs that you can use to help you. No need to reinvent the wheel and have a 20-step process for tracking affiliates and paying out affiliates using somebody else.
Yes.
So
Always
much
use
easier.
something built in.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to do all of these things on your own. So I just want to thank you for sharing this valuable information. And there was just a lot in here, not just about affiliates and cheerleaders and social media strategy, but also how they also connect. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.